How do proteins fold up? How do proteins go from a string of amino acids to a compact shape that acts as a machine and drives life?
According to Google, ChatGPT could finally lose its hidden AI weapon. The objective is to have the AI handle challenging issues on its own. According to Weird Report, Google's DeepMind lab is now working on a new AI system known as Gemini that it hopes will compete with, if not outperform, ChatGPT. Let's look at some of the Google's AI tools. One of the most well-liked areas of artificial intelligence is computer vision. The models created with computer vision are capable of extracting significant data from a variety of media, including digital photos, movies, and other visual inputs. It imparts to machine the ability to recognize, comprehend, and act upon visual input. The development of the new model known as tracking any point with per-frame initialization and temporal refinement, TAPR, has significantly advanced the field of computer vision. The goal of TAPR's design was to efficiently track a particular point of interest in a video stream. The TAPR model's algorithm was created by a group of researchers from Google DeepMind, VGG, the Department of Engineering Science, and the University of Oxford. It has two stages, a matching stage and a refinement stage. The TAPR model examines each frame of the video sequence separately during the matching stage in order to identify a good candidate point match for the query point. The goal of the stage is to determine the query point's most likely associated point in each frame. This process is carried out frame by frame to make sure that the TAPR model can track the query point's journey throughout the video. To establish your personal AI profile, Imogen examines your prior photo changes. The profile can then be added to your Lightroom Classic catalog in less than half a second per picture. Whether it's white balance, exposure, color correction, and more, the AI profile will know what needs to be changed. With Imogen, you can always be in charge. You may evaluate and edit the results in Lightroom, and Imogen will keep improving. Only your uploaded photos will be edited and used to build your personal AI profile. The photographs will always be secure and private, so you can relax. We won't disclose your personal AI profile to anyone else. You can keep up with GDPR compliance by using Imogen. To free up more time for the favorite activities, thousands of professional photographers rely on Imogen to begin their Lightroom editing process from an advanced point. To better comprehend the interact with human language, cutting-edge language models are being created in the fields of artificial intelligence and natural language processing. These language models include OpenAI's ChatGPT and Baidu's ErnieBot. We'll examine how these two potent AI language models are similar, different, and potentially useful. A top-tier natural language comprehension model called ErnieBot was created by Baidu, a well-known Chinese technology corporation. Ernie is built with a transformer architecture and is intended to understand the text and produce responses that sound human. The model has demonstrated great performance in a variety of natural language processing (NLP) tasks, including sentiment analysis, text classification, and machine translation. It was trained using enormous volumes of data. The prominent AI research company OpenAI created the ChatGPT AI language model. Like ErnieBot, ChatGPT is based on the transformer architecture and intended to comprehend text and provide responses that resemble those of a human being. It's skilled at having logical and contextual relevant discussions because it has been educated on a variety of different data sources. In conclusion, the transformer architecture-based ErnieBot and ChatGPT are both potent AI language models with the capacity to comprehend and produce text responses that resemble those of human beings. Despite certain similarities, their development histories, linguistics, capabilities, and training data result in distinct strengths in application cases. The decision between ErnieBot and ChatGPT will ultimately come down to the particular needs of your project or application. Google has announced a technology that will change online clothing shopping: virtual try-ons. Basically, what does it accomplish? When you try on clothing at a store, you can tell right away if it fits. If they're not, a salesperson can replace them with items that better suit your needs in terms of colors, design, or price ranges. Before you know it, you're wearing an outfit you adore as you depart. You should have no problem buying clothing online. To give you this fitting room experience, we're launching 2 new features today. With the help of new filters, virtual try-ons for clothing let you see items on a variety of real people while using generative AI. Although clothing is one of the most popular buying categories, most online consumers concur that it can be difficult to predict how things will appear on you before you buy them. 42% of online consumers feel that models' photographs don't accurately depict the products, and 59% are unhappy with an item they bought because it didn't fit them as expected when they received it. You can now determine whether an item is right for you before you buy it. thanks to a new virtual try-on feature on search. You can virtually try on clothing to see how it looks on several real models. Customers in the United States can digitally try on women's clothing from a variety of Google brands, such as Anthropologie, Everlane, H&M, and Loft. Simply tap items with the try-on icon on search and choose the design that speaks to you the most. This technology can expand to more brands and products in the future when used in conjunction with the shopping graph, the most complete database of products and sellers in the world. Watch out for additional alternatives for virtual try-ons of clothing, including the arrival of men's shirts later this year. A new AI processor designed specifically for generative AI was released by a firm called AMD. Perhaps you aren't someone who is that interested in computers if you don't know who AMD is. But for those of you who are, you probably already know who AMD is if you heard of NVIDIA. In terms of the graphics card market, where NVIDIA holds the lion's share, they are virtually direct competitors. And AMD has released this card to the market in order to meet the demand for generative AI-related products. Apparently, they referred to their M1300X chip as the most cutting-edge accelerator for generative AI, and is anticipated to pique the interest of major cloud providers like Amazon or Microsoft. Then something regarding robotics and artificial intelligence came up that was incredibly intriguing. As you're aware, AI will eventually be used in robots, but what we had here was something that Meta AI has released. If you don't already know, Mark Zuckerberg is the owner of a corporation that has a very strong AI branch. This was a really cool project being worked on by that division, which are always coming up with fresh ideas. They show how you can communicate with your robot in your own language and instruct it to take action that is quite successful. As you can see, the user requested that the chocolate box, cereal box, medication, and bottle be brought to the bedroom table. Can you imagine this in a care home or a home with a person who has special limitations or is unable to access certain items? For the normal person, this may not pose any big applications. This may most definitely be a very helpful application for those jobs, especially when you might not always be able to type. Being able to speak to a robot and have it understand you in order to acquire what you need will be incredibly efficient. What's especially interesting about this is how sturdy it is. The navigation policy has the ability to take a different path to avoid running into people. Additionally, the picking location can be changed by the pick policy. This basically means that the robot won't simply topple over if there is a slight disruption, such as the object moves or the base is not close enough to the receptacle. As you well know, life occasionally throws us for a loop, and these robots are capable of adapting to their surroundings. Even if these things come to pass, consider some of these activities, since it's very probable that you won't see these robots in your home in the future, but rather perhaps in our cities or perhaps in a specific workplace. This one also generated a lot of debate. You see, $3 billion in damages were purportedly sought from Microsoft and OpenAI for allegedly privacy abuses. According to the lawsuit, OpenAI illegally downloaded 300 billion words from the internet. 16 anonymous plaintiffs alleged in the action, which was filed on June 28th in federal court in San Francisco, that OpenAI secretly collected 300 billion words from the internet without registering at a data broker or getting the required approval. This will continue to happen as of right now. When stealing content from the internet, Adobe appears to be the only corporation attempting to secure users' data. We're aware that Midjourney was the target of legal action earlier this year because, as you're probably aware, they stole millions of images from the internet to build their artificial intelligence platform without making any remuneration to the original artist. It'll be interesting to watch how this turns out in court, but Microsoft and OpenAI are prepared to spend billions of dollars to defend themselves. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon to receive notifications. Also, express your valuable thoughts in the comment section below. Until then, bye.